Hey book besties, and welcome back to my channel. I know it has been a fucking hot minute since I've gone on here and done a long form video with you guys, but one of my goals for 2025 is to get better at YouTube. So in today's video, we're going to go over my most anticipated releases of 2025. Some have already dropped, but let's get into the video. Kicking it off with the month of January, there have been a few books that already released. On January 7th, we had An Honored Vow by Melissa Blair. This is book 4 and the conclusion to the Halfling saga. I need this book bad, y'all, okay? Kira is one of the most underrated FMCs. But in this story, we follow Kira. She is a halfling and the King's Blade. So basically, he sends her on missions to unalive anybody, specifically halflings, that he doesn't rock with. When somebody starts raising hell in the kingdom called the Shadow, and you know what the king says? Hey, you go bring me his head or I'm gonna take yours. And the series goes so much further from there. Kira is battling alcohol addiction and overcoming that. Our MMC is a shadow daddy and we absolutely love that. So I will be picking this up. Also on January 7th, we had the release of Four Ruined Realms by May Corland. This is the sequel to Five Broken Blades. And that book, honestly, was such a good fucking time. We have 5 criminals on the same mission. And the way the plot was twisting at the end was absolutely diabolical. So I'm ready for book 2. On January 14th, we have the release of Phantom by H.D. Carlton. This is set in the world of the cat and mouse duet and is about Adeline's grandmother Gigi and her stalker situation. I know if you've read Haunting and Hunting Adeline, you know who Gigi is, and I'm so invested in this series, in this world, because I did read Where's Molly as well, so I need to know what Gigi is talking about. And on January 21st, we have the fucking highly anticipated release of Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros. This is book 3 in the Empyrean series. And after the ending of Iron Flame, I still don't know how I feel about that. I finished that book last year, actually the year before last, in 2023, and I still don't know how I feel. I don't know if I love it, if I hate it, but I'm excited to see what Rebecca Yarros does with the rest of the series. On January 28th, we have the release of Iron and Embers by Helen Schuwer. This is a spin-off from the Legends of Thesmar series, which I actually binged in December. Criminally underrated, honestly. It was a great series about a warrior FMC. We got mentor-mentee type of vibes, and it was crazy. But this spin-off is going to follow some of the side characters from that. I was able to get an arc of this from the Nerd Fam. Thank you so much to the Nerd Fam for gifting this to me. But I cannot wait to dive in because I'm really interested to see what Ren's book's about. I only have one release in the month of February. On the 18th, we have Rebel Witch by Kristen Cicerelli. This is the sequel to Heartless Hunter, or in the UK, I believe it's called The Crimson Moth. This one was such a fun time, and the ending was the craziest plot twist I could have expected. I was not expecting that at all. And from what I hear from the ARC readers, book 2 is phenomenal, so I'm excited to give it a read. In March, we have 2 books releasing, both on March 4th. The first being Oathbound by Tracy Deonn. This is the conclusion to the Legendborn cycle. I read Legendborn and Bloodmark back at the end of 2023, and it changed my life. I've never felt so seen and represented in a book series before. I loved it. It's King Arthur Knights of the Round Table retelling, but make it black. The nuance in the series is amazing, so I know Oathbound is going to come hard. The other book releasing on March 4th is Nevermore by Miranda Lynn. This is set in the same world as Till Death, but it is still an interconnected standalone. In this one, we follow Paisha. I really liked Till Death. I thought it was a unique premise, and I loved the music and the audiobook. So I'm excited to see what Nevermore has to hold because Paisha was an interesting character. April 8th, Enchantra by Kaylee Smith. This is the sequel to Phantasma, but it is an interconnected standalone. In this one, we follow Ophelia's sister. I really had a great time with Phantasma. It was the perfect spooky season read. Haunted house, deadly trials, necromancy. The vibes were immaculate for the month of October, so I'm excited to see what Enchantra is going to bring. I might even push it off until spooky season. For May, there's only one book I'm excited for this month, and that comes out May 20th. It's The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig, who also wrote the Shepherd King duology. I devoured those 2 books, so I'm excited to get a new book from Rachel Gillig. And honestly, I just need to know what it's going to be about. I'm not going to go in blind, so I'm not going to read the synopsis or anything like that, because I just know it's going to eat. In the month of June, we have one of my most anticipated releases of the entire year that comes out on June 10th. It is Primal of Blood and Bone by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is book 6 in the Blood and Ash series, and I love this series with my whole fucking heart. I absolutely devoured it when I read it. I've been feeding for a new book, and especially about Cass and Poppy, and this one is gonna go crazy, so definitely pick it up. On June 25th, we have Caught Up by Nevessa Allen. This is the sequel to Lights Out, and Lights Out was such a good time. If you haven't checked out the audiobook, please fucking do. But I'm really excited to see what's going to happen in book 2, because the way book 1 left off was a little wonky, but I'm excited still. For August, we have 3 books releasing, 2 on August 5th, the first being The Fallen and the Kiss of Dusk by Carissa Broadbent. This is the book following The Songbird and the Heart of Stone. I'm really hoping and praying this is another book about Misha and Asar, because I really enjoyed their story. Misha was one of my favorite characters from Serpent and the Wings of Night, so I was really happy when she got her own book. Also on August 5th, we have The Wrath of the Fallen by Amber Vina Cole. This is my second most anticipated release of this entire year, because this series has my fucking heart, okay? When I say heart, the Gods and Monsters series is in there. I devoured it. I love every single book. So I'm ready to see what book 4 has in store, because the cliffhanger at the end of book 3, mind blown. On August 28th, we have The Legacies Book 4 by Melissa K. Rorick. We don't know a title or a cover yet, but whenever it drops, I will be picking it up. September, there's only one book releasing that I'm interested in, and that's The Things Gods Break by Abigail Owen. This is the sequel to the games Gods Play, and after that ending, y'all, I was honestly cackling, because that was the perfect fucking gotcha moment. It made me think about that sound that's like, gotcha, bitch. Yeah, that one, it was so much fun, and it's Greek gods, trials. I don't know what's going to happen in book 2, but also, look at these fucking beautiful, stunning sprayed edges. This edition is beautiful. And for November, on November 18th, we have the Fate and Alchemy series book 2, which is the sequel to Quicksilver by Callie Hart. We don't have a title or a cover yet, but Quicksilver absolutely took over my life. Another one, if you have not checked out the audiobook, you absolutely must, because Anthony Palmini and Stella Bloom did an incredible job. But this series was super unique. I love the alchemy, and Kingfisher has one of the filthiest mouths. I need more of him.